I'm really excited for the Green Party movement to be receiving this historic mandate for a progressive government, and personally I'm really looking forward to potentially fighting for our people on the benefit and those on the social housing waiting list so that they have a life with dignity.
So that social housing will be a big thing for you that you'll be wanting to bring to the table if you'll make it into Parliament.
Lifting benefits and ensuring that we build enough public housing will be an absolute priority of mine, and I know that it is a priority for the Green Party as well. And this is why I'm really excited about the prospect of a truly transformative progressive government.
And at the start of tonight, how are you feeling? Because, recent polling had, Greens on around 8% or 7%. Were you feeling confident coming in today and that slowly built up? How's that changed throughout the night?
I mean, I think this result has defied any expectations and all the rules about what a minor party in government can achieve. And so while I perhaps wasn't expecting such a high party vote, I think it shows the work that our MPs have done in caucus and the movement on the ground to get us to this result.
At what point did you start to feel, excited that you're like, oh, actually, I might be making it into Parliament?
When the votes started coming in and we were starting on 8.2, it looked very much real, and I was quite shocked at first, and it was kind of hard to process. But I think I keep thinking of those people I've been working with for the past few years, and how important it is that we have people fighting for policy outcomes in Parliament.
And what's your feeling around, the Greens forming a coalition with Labour? Because, at this point, Labour could be governing alone. Is that something that you want to see happen, that, Greens will be in a coalition rather than,
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to being part of the members-led discussions around what a government formation may look like for us. And that is a process that will obviously start happening going forward. And I think what I really look forward to is the fact that these decisions are made by our members. And so I'll be definitely taking part in those conversations.
And obviously you work in the housing space anyway. How do you think, the last government has done in terms of, state housing, performing in those areas around, progressive home ownership, etc.?
So we obviously started making some work to build enough state housing, but we've got so much more work to do. And this is why the Greens need to be there at the table to ensure that we build enough state housing. We know there's not enough state housing being built, and that needs to change ASAP.
And how are you hoping to spend the night? Are you going to be out celebrating, having a few drinks? What's the plan?
Honestly, I'm really looking forward to getting home, having some kai and putting my pajamas. I'm very tired, but I'm also really heartened. So I'm probably going to call my family back in Mexico, say hello to them, because it also means this is the first time we have a Latin American represented in Parliament, which will also mean a lot to my communities back at home.
Wow, and I guess the only other thing as well is just, you are kind of on the cusp. Are you trying not to get your hopes up?
I'm definitely waiting until the final results, but the prospect is real, and so obviously being on that fringe is really difficult, but I'm also really excited.
And do you think, Latin American, have they been well represented, do you think, given, your...
we never have had Latin American representation in Parliament, and I think more broadly what we have lacked are people that understand the lived realities of our migrant communities. We know, and we've seen it in the news, the struggles that migrant workers have been facing, whether it's through visa delays or exploitation in orchards and the orchard industry, and that's the kind of stuff, the lived experience and knowledge that I want to bring into Parliament.